The secrets inside.
G'day everyone, and welcome back to Ponyville. As we know, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is one of our beloved childhood cartoons from 2010, who giving us likable characters, wonderful backstory, recognizable stuff from movies and shows as a parody, darker moments, and more, even life lessons and morals. And let's not forget, it's the 15th anniversary of this cartoon. And where do I even describe one of these episodes which does not go very well for children and parents, but other episodes who do go very well for children and parents? So without wasting more time, let's check out which I consider the 3 worst and best My Little Pony Friendship is Magic episodes. And right before we get into the countdown, Hasbro, if you watch this, please don't block this video with the copyright, because I respect you guys and your works as my childhood. I have been worked so hard but I covered this cartoon from my previous videos. And there's one more thing. As always, if you do like these bad episodes, that's fine. It's just my silly personal opinion, and I'm glad you enjoyed these episodes and I'll not be able to. So anyway, let's grab our magic sparkles and let's jump right in.
Is this meant to be humorous?
And starting with the third worst.
Oopsie doopsie.
Bio Gossips. This is the episode about racism. It's like every single cartoon episodes and movies with racism, just like in real life. And I'll tell you what that means. Racism means is when every single people and the other peoples will look different. Well, I can't ask more because it will be confused for me, but everyone else on the internet did that better than me. Look, it doesn't matter what we look like and what we came from, and take from Michael Jackson for example. On his song Black or White, he gave us a message that it doesn't matter if we're black or white, or which companies of the world what we came from. And that's why lots of his fans understand what he was saying. After he was spending his entire life for his surgeries and tried to find his cure for his vitiligo. I know other people didn't understand about this, but he has a point. It's because he was not only a global icon, but he was a great role model. So anyway, back to this video. When we saw that Pinky and the others, including Spike, was terrified because Sakura was evil, and she would give them a curse, but Twilight explains there is no such thing as curse. And later on, after they figure out what is going on to their bodies, they think Sakura has did this to them. And Twilight has been mistreated Sakura about this.
We're on to you, Sakura. I didn't want to believe that you cursed us.
Twilight, I don't think Sakura has did to you and your friends. You and the others had just stepped on those poisonous jokes. And she did nothing wrong with Apple Bloom. She's just only making her potions. And honestly, this episode has failed with mild racism. And I just can't believe it. I did not understand what is happening in this episode for a little bit as 8 years old. Freaking 8 years old. And there's nothing I'm going to talk more about this episode. And as the mysterious Mr. Enter says best,
the moral at the end is that you should never judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. Never judging a book by its cover. This is definitely one of the lousy episodes from season 1. And the best way, I gave this episode a skip.
Is this meant to be humorous?
And for the third best,
Really?
Oopsie doopsie.
Sonic Rainbow. Rainbow Dash has teach Fluttershy how to do the chewing for the flyer competition at Cloudsdale, while Rarity has used her fake wings to have her big finale. And do we actually mention that Princess Celestia didn't care about their safety and did nothing? Honestly, she's supposed to be helping them, not ignoring them. Now I get she was a princess of all of the Questia. And when we get to sing Fluttershy's most iconic yay in the opening.
Yay!
No, Fluttershy, that's too low, sweetheart. And then in the end, she was finally do her yay so loud. And I gotta say, Andrea Lipman had a great time with her role as Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy. But as we know, she goes back to do her lower yay in the following episodes and the theatrical movie. And I mean, come on, Fluttershy was such a sweetheart.
Is this meant to be humorous?
Why
And
did
for
you
the
take the day
second
off?
worst,
Oopsie doopsie.
Lesson 0. In my opinion, this is definitely one of the weakest and insane episodes from season 2. And where to start with this sparkly mess? The episode begins when Twilight asks Spike to write a note, and then moments later Twilight has to lose her cool and start worried about Princess Celestia. Well, lots of children didn't know what is going on with Twilight in this episode, but my point is, Twilight also have generalized anxiety disorder. Is when she gets so panicking and worried something, difficulty sleeping, restlessness, and all such things. Oh yes, she thinking that Princess Celestia is going to send her back into Magic Kindergarten.
They send them back a grade! But she won't just send me back a grade. She'll send me back to Magic Kindergarten.
Boring.
Well, I'm sorry I'm going to say, but in this episode, this isn't the Twilight I know. And honestly, Tara Strong got so exhausted after this episode has made, she deserved better than this. And what about Spike, if you ask me? Now, don't worry about it. Spike was being the smartest character in this episode. Unlike from the previous episodes and the latest seasons, he tried to explain Twilight that Princess Celestia is not going to send her back to Magic Kindergarten. She will forgive Twilight about all those traumas. Yeah, good on ya, Spike. There's even one part when Twilight has used her spell for her stuffed toy Smarty Pants to give the Cutie Mark Crusaders. Charming. After she gave Big Mac a help, she was only making all this situation worse. And throughout the entire episode, we get to see Twilight's uncomfortable facial expression. Ew, that might give so many children the creeps. You know what? I just can't take this episode seriously.
Is this meant to be humorous?
Why
And
don't
for
you
the
take day
second
off?
best,
Oopsie doopsie.
Daring Don't. This episode is inspired Indiana Jones movie franchise. Rainbow Dash is exciting for Daring Do after she was been waiting for 4 months. And of course, Rainbow Dash is having her major stupidity of this episode. Well, she was trying to join Daring Do for her mission to get that ring, but she said she work alone. Yeah, you see, every cartoon heroes have worked alone at first. Like, for example, Mr. Incredible has worked alone when he was young. But to be fair, after 15 years after he married to Elastigirl, he was trying his best to get the superheroes legal again before Elastigirl did in the sequel. Batman from the Lego Batman movie has worked alone for fighting his enemies, just like from the TV shows and movies. But to be fair, he have changed his heart after he have Robin, and finally make things right with the Joker and the other villains to save Gotham City. Just like Buzz Lightyear did to his team in Buzz Lightyear Starkman to defeat Emperor Zurg, and arrested Agent Z/Warp Dark Matter to save the galaxy. Okay, so Daring Do and Rainbow Dash has worked together in the end after she was been kidnapped and after Rainbow Dash has made a mistake and didn't trust Twilight at first. Yeah, and I also feel bad for Twilight, and she has a point for Rainbow Dash about Daring Do at first. But anyway, Daring Don't is one of the best episodes from Season 4, unlike the other episodes. And before we get to number 1, here's some of the quick honorable
Why don't you take
and
the day
dishonorable
off?
mentions. For the honorable mentions is Winter Wrap-Up. Well, I gotta say, this episode reminds me of SpongeBob episode Snowball Effect. The animation design for the snow is so smooth, the songs are catchy, and the lessons are great. And definitely giving us a winter and spring spirit. Hurricane Fluttershy. This is my longtime favorite Fluttershy episode. And this is better than putting your hoof down. And this lovely episode is inspired the Rocky movie franchise. And now for the dishonorable mentions. Secret of My Axis. Spike was been so out of character in this episode. And I did not like it when Rainbow Dash was laughing at Twilight and Applejack instead of helping them. Sure, it have some heartwarming moments, but I only prefer Lazy Town episode Crystal Keeper. Baby Cakes. Ugh, honestly, I don't want to talk about this episode. It is annoying, sad, revolting, and disturbing Pinkie Pie episodes I ever seen. Besides, I have a much better episode like this. Anyway, on to number 1.
Is this meant to
And
be
I found
humorous?
the number
Why don't you
1
take the day off?
worst My Little Pony episode is... Thanks for the Memories. Oh, for the love of Pete. How many episodes had Rainbow Dash just being an idiotic protagonist? And this is like Patrick Star from the latest seasons of SpongeBob SquarePants all over again. And how did they make the whole new level of Rainbow Dash's major stupidity? And I might as well to hide under my desk and put on my headphones and wear it if I ever sing this episode again. And this episode has gone too far, way too far for Rainbow Dash. And we have Rainbow Dash's most stupidest song that we ever heard in our life.
I will keep you by my side, so I will not be alone. And I'll fly until the end of the sky.
Ugh, this is not winter wrap-up. I love Ashley Ball's singing voice besides Tara and Tom Kenny. But the rock music background did sound like the guitar was broken before its recording. And what do I even describe with this one? Now I know this will be the rip-off of Phantom Stride's SpongeBob Major Stupidity Checklist, but this is my version with My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, so I'll check all 3 of them. And why do I feel sorry for Rainbow Dash when I watch this clip before I watch the full episode of this and figure out what is going on? And Rainbow's cry just goes on, and it makes everyone a headache. And I feel sorry for Twilight and the others because they tried to warn Rainbow that Tank is having hibernation. But it still makes Rainbow furious even more, so she tried to stop the winter and stop Tank's hibernation as her plan.
Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea.
Stop it, stop it, stop it! She's not the Grinch. Alright, that's it, I had enough. So where do I count? Rainbow Dash is getting even more stupider than Patrick. She refused to believe to her friends about Tank's hibernation, and Tank was sleepless and suffered for no reason. So the only thing I like about this episode is when Fluttershy is being a smartest character and she has a point about Tank's hibernation, and the lessons about Tauruses and Tank's hibernation. But that's it. And I just don't want to talk about this episode anymore. In my opinion, Thanks for the Memories is one of the worst Rainbow Dash episodes I ever seen. Well, that was a very tough talk, but I found the number
Why don't you
1
take the day
best
off?
My Little Pony episode is... Pinkie Pride. Oh, I just can't believe it! This is a celebrity guest appearance episode with the one and only Weird Al Yankovic, who voiced as a party pony like Pinkie Cheese Sandwich. I already mentioned him a little bit on my top 10 favorite childhood shows, so I'll be brief. So after Cheese has planned parties all over Equestria, his next stop is Ponyville, while Pinkie have a party planned for Rainbow Dash's birthday, and anniversary for her first came to Ponyville. Which is wonderful after several episodes with her major stupidity and after she learned her lesson. And after Cheese has a wife, we get one of his best songs ever made.
The super duper party pony, that pony is me. I always knew that was the kind of pony I would be. Come on, ponies! Who here likes to party?
Well, this is better than all 5 from Thanks for the Memories. So after this amazing song, Pinkie has left alone and she thinks that Cheese is going to replace her. Gee, this one reminds me of Toy Story after Woody has felt jealous because Buzz has been replacing him as Andy's new favorite toy. But at the end of the day, after Buzz has realized that he was just a toy, he and Woody has worked together to go back to Andy. They both has became a great friends and became Pixar's greatest duos of all time. So after this incredible competition and after Pinkie has give up on the competition and tell Cheese that he win the competition, and right before she was about to leave Ponyville, Rainbow and Neon asked her they wouldn't do all the parties and Ponyville wouldn't been the same without her. And Cheese has told her the truth about his backstory. And they both have worked together well for Rainbow's birthday party. Yeah, which is very sweet. And over the years, Cheese and Pinkie has become My Little Pony's fans' favorite ship. And anyways, this episode is fun, hilarious, and amazing episode. And I consider Pinkie Pride as my favorite Pinkie Pie episode. Okay, we'll come to the end of this video. We know Hasbro has tried everything for the children's new generation as their new original ideas after the finale of this lovely cartoon. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic will always inspire us with wonderful and magical time, the morals and life lessons for our friendship problems. And this cartoon will always be my favorite Hasbro childhood show. And like I said before, I really hope Hasbro will give this cartoon another chance to make a crossover episode alongside with Paw Patrol with the partnership with Nickelodeon after they make the Paw Patrol crossover episode with Wow Wow Wupsie. And do you think I missed a particularly bad and good My Little Pony episode? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching, and happy anniversary My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.